here is part 3 of the function of the machine parts. So we've got number 10, the thread spindles. They are located on the back of the machine. They're these 2 silver metal rods right here, and their function is to hold the spool of thread while you're sewing. So that's where they would sit while I'm sewing. Number 10, thread spindles. Okay, we've got number 4, thread guides. The function of thread guides is to hold the thread at the correct tension while you sew. Hold the thread at the correct tension while you sew. Number 4, thread guides. Okay, and there is a thread guide right here, which I call the shark fin thread guide because it looks like a shark fin sticking out. And then there's also a thread guide on this machine located right here. Okay, on this machine it has the shark fin one and then the thread guide here on this. Okay. We have number 6, the take-up lever, which is this. I call it, it looks like a bird's head sticking out, like a toucan or something. But its function is to raise and lower the thread with the needle. So as you turn, the needle goes up, the take-up lever goes up. The needle goes down, the take-up lever goes down. So they work together. So the take-up lever raises and lowers the thread with the needle. We have the tension disc. Tension disc holds the thread at the correct tension while you sew. Tension disc holds the thread at the correct tension while you sew. Okay, and that's this little disc right here that you can see sticking out of the machine. Holds the thread at the correct tension while you sew. Number 9, the tension dial sets the tension of the tension disc. Sets the tension of the tension disc, and that is located right here. And you can see that little plus and minus in there. So as I move the dial, the plus and minus move one way or the other. Okay, so we always want it right in the middle. Okay, never one way or the other, because then that messes with the tension that happens in our tension disc. On the bigger machine, the tension dial is right here, and you can see that the red lines are lined up, and that's where it should be, and it shouldn't ever get messed with. So tension dial sets the tension of the tension disc, and we're not ever going to touch it. Okay, we always want the plus and minus in the middle, and we always want the red lines matching up. Alright, number 24, the bobbin. Okay, so this is a bobbin, and you can see it's got thread on it, and it's going to hold so its function is to hold the bottom thread while you sew. Holds the bottom thread while you sew. Number 23, the bobbin case is this, and each bobbin case should have a number on it, and the number on it should match the number on your machine. Okay, and the bobbin case, its job is to hold the bobbin while you sew. Holds the bobbin while you sew. Okay, number 20, the hinged cover, right here. Okay, and this is where the bobbin and bobbin case go when you are sewing. Okay, so the bobbin goes in the bobbin case, and then both of them are put into the machine here. If there's no bobbin and bobbin case, then you cannot sew because you need 2 threads to sew, a bobbin thread and a top thread. Okay, we've got number 21, the needle clamp. The needle clamp holds the needle in place. And the needle clamp is this little screw, tiny, tiny little screw right here. Okay, and when you break a needle or need to replace a needle, this is the little screw that you would loosen up, pull the needle out, and then put a new one in and retighten this. So this right here is the needle clamp, holds the needle in place. And that leaves number 21 or 22, the needle, as our last machine part. And obviously the needle is here, and the needle's function is to hold the top thread and goes into the machine to perform a stitch. Holds the top thread and goes into the machine to perform a stitch. Okay, and that concludes the function of the machine parts.